Cody and the Fountain of Happiness, and we are on chapter 18. Oh, I lost my place. Chapter 18 is called The Search. Wyatt went left, Peyton went right, and Mom and Cody went in between. Cody looked up into every tree. She checked behind garbage cans and on strangers' porches. The world is full of hiding spots. You could never imagine how many till you searched for a cat. At the corner, Cody froze. Something squished late in the road. Her heart began to beat too fast and her throat closed up. She reached for Mom's hand. Mew Mew was so slow and deaf and clueless. What if? Mom checked. A squirrel, she said. Phew! Cody felt sorry for that run-over squirrel. She really truly did, but oh, thank goodness it wasn't Mew Mew. At last, Mom said, "It's too dark to see, and you haven't had any dinner." Dinner? Cody would never eat again, but by now her eyes and ears were playing tricks on her. Every shape was a cat shape, every sound was a cat cry. It was getting hard to put one foot in front of the other. When they got home, Peyton and Wyatt were waiting on the front steps. Look how late it is. "I just talked to Gigi," he said. "They didn't find her either." "Not yet, that is," added Peyton. What if it wasn't ever? Peyton twirled a ribbon of hair and pooched her lips. "Wyatt called the animal warden," she said. "He's going to post Mew Mew on the Lost Pets website, too." She gazed at him with eyes of admiration. "He's thought of everything." "No hay problema." Wyatt flexed his arm, making a muscle. Peyton laughed, and then Wyatt laughed. Even Mom laughed. Laughed! At a time like this, Cody couldn't believe it. Furious, she rushed past them, up the steps and inside. In her room, she grabbed Gremlin and hugged him tight. She's feeling really bad. Gremlin was made of rubber, so you could cry on him forever and he didn't get soggy. Mom came in and she held out a peanut butter and marshmallow sandwich. "I'm not hungry," said Cody. "You're not giving up, are you?" said Mom. Cody hugged Gremlin. "Because that wouldn't be the Cody I know," Mom went on. "The Cody I know always has an idea. She always tries again, even if she makes mistakes. Not only that, but she believes in giving people another chance. She's a friend to all, even the ants. Today at work, I thought of that girl. Mom, I told myself, Mom, take a lesson from Cody." Cody sat up. "For real? And you know what? Today was my best head of shoes day yet. Even Mr. O'Becker said so." Cody sank down. "But now Mew Mew is lost." "Tomorrow is a new day." Grown-ups have to say things like that. No grown-up who walks this earth is allowed to tell a kid, tomorrow may just be as bad as today. And guess what? It could be even worse. But now Mom put her arms around Cody and rubbed her back in slow, steady circles, just the way the earth goes around the sun. "Eat your sandwich, sweetie," she said. "You'll feel better." Cody knew she wouldn't, but she managed a couple bites, and then Mom helped her get ready for bed. Chapter 19, The Kingdom of Night. Cody lay listening to the night. A dog barked, a siren whoop-whooped, a baby cried. In the dark, each sound stood out by itself. It was so different from daytime when they all mushed together. Was Spencer asleep, or was he lying awake, wishing he had never met her? Heavy as an iron pot, that's how Cody felt. A pot filled with sadness stew. She climbed out of bed and tiptoed down the hall to Wyatt's room. She longed to wake him up to keep her company, but he'd only get mad. Besides, she remembered at the last minute that she was mad at him. So she just leaned in the doorway a little and then tiptoed to the kitchen. She opened the back door and slipped outside. A lot was happening in the Kingdom of Night. White-winged moths fluttered around the porch light. Fireflies blinked secret messages. Hidden in a tree, a bird sang a silvery solo. The grass rustled with creatures too small and sly to be seen. Up above, the man in the moon smiled down on it all. Cody climbed onto the picnic table. How nice it was here, in the pale glow of the almost full moon. It made you wish you were an owl swooping or a spider spinning, at home in the mysterious darkness. Daytime was boring by comparison. But now Cody's eye fell on something beneath the maple tree. For a moment she couldn't figure out what it was. Then, all at once, she knew. It was Mew Mew's carrier. Spencer had left it there. The night's wonderfulness folded its wings and flew away. That empty carrier was the saddest thing Cody had ever laid eyes on. Now she knew what Mom meant about doing the wrong thing for the right reason. She had meant to help Wyatt and Spencer, but instead she'd embarrassed her brother and made her friend hate her, and lost the world's sweetest cat. The bird began to sing again, but now its song was sad and lonesome. "Oh no," it sang, "I'm all alone in the night. Oh no, oh no." Creak! Cody jumped and almost toppled off the table, but it was just Wyatt opening the back door. Yawning and rubbing his eyes, he climbed up onto the table next to her. He didn't ask Cody what she was doing. Instead, he put her in a headlock. It felt so good, but suddenly he stiffened. "What's that?" he pointed. An animal was tenderfooting its way across the dark yard. It stopped to sniff the grass, then trotted toward the carrier. They watched it crawl inside. "It looked like a raccoon," said Wyatt. "It probably wants Mew Mew's cat treats." They crept toward it. "Careful," Wyatt held out his arm. Raccoons can carry rabies, which is an acute disease of the nervous system." But then he reared back and gave a mighty sneeze. Why do you think he sneezed? I think it's because it was the cat. Let's see tomorrow.